All right, everybody, welcome back to my Classic Fords. I'm Gordon Best. You haven't seen a video in quite a while, and I've been quite busy, but I couldn't say no to this little truck. I just picked this up yesterday and thought I'd do a little video on it. It's an 89 F150, two-wheel drive. It's got a 300 straight six. Probably going to change that. Maybe not right away, but probably are going to change it. So what we're up to today, I had a Hurst shifter just kind of laying around. So, get in here out of the wind. So there's the factory shifter. Like I said, I actually had a Hurst shifter. I bought it years ago and just never ended up using it. So, thought about installing it. This shifter here, I don't know if a lot of guys know about these, but they're kind of bad for beating the bushings out anyway in the bottom of the shifter. So this is in gear right now. So if you have this same problem, what it is there's some bushings on the bottom of your kind of your ball that holds the gear shift in the transmission. So if you're finding that it's hard to get it into gear, and you're finding it kind of hard searching for gears, like this one's getting kind of annoying. That's neutral, but see what this we're pushing up on it right now, looking for third. You know, there's third. Fifth is real hard to get at because it's having a hard time going into it. It's kind of slipping off to the side, so that's in fifth gear. So if I didn't have the Hurst shifter, what we would do is we're going to tear this boot off anyway, and I'll show it to you. But there's a set of bushings you can buy to replace those, and that's all that's wrong with that. So if you've got that problem, then if you watch the video, you'll kind of see roughly what's in there. I've never installed that before. I can't imagine it's that difficult, but let's get at her. Okay, so I found roughly what I need for tools. I just went to the garage and got it. So someone's got a Robertson screw here, and it's got the factory screw up here, which is a Phillips. So first thing you want to do is pull up your boot, and we'll take those off. All right, so I took the screws out. It's rather obvious, like I said, somebody's been in here before, because that is a wood screw, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's a fairly old truck. There's probably been lots of times people have been messing with it. You see the boot fix here, some black tape. Okay, so pull your boot up, get it out of your way. It'd be easier if it didn't have the black tape on it, but anyway. So, these here, so now you can see how much slop this has. This is actually in gear right now. And this ball in here, there's bushings on top and bottom of it, and obviously they're wore out. See how much you can pick the shifter up and down? That's because the ball, which you're going to see in a second, has all kinds of room. So these here, you thread this nut off this side. You turn around and put it on this side, because as you'll see, this bolt's tapered, and you use that nut to pull that bolt out with. So we'll go ahead and do that, and I'll try and show it to you. Okay, so what I've done here, like I said, I took the nut off this side, put it on here. Now we're tightening it up, and it's going to draw this through. You need a new shifting boot with that Hurst shifter anyway, because it makes it a little taller on the floor, I believe. This one here, ain't much left of it anyway. They got it taped together. The rest of the shifting boot's laying down there. This one here is ripped real bad. That's why they had the black tape on it, I'm assuming. But either way, we'll tighten this up. Try and do this while I'm holding the camera. What this will do, I don't know if you can see it, the bolt is being pulled right through the shifter, and the bolt is tapered. So in a second here, it's going to become real loose. or it should. And it should more or less just kind of fall out. Or they usually do anyway. Okay, that's as far as it's going to go. That nut must be hitting the taper. Okay, might have to tap on the end of that. I can't push it. Can't push it through. Like I said, usually they tend to go through pretty easy, but yeah. So now the nut's bottomed out, I believe. Oh, I'm not gonna have any more, I don't think. Yeah. All right, so the nut's probably bottomed out on the taper, so you're not gonna get any more pull from it. So we'll just have to go get a punch and give that a tap. Okay, so all I did, like, just to give that just a little tap on the end, it'll come right out. This is what you're looking at. So see, it's got a big kind of cam taper on it, and see the nut is bottomed out on that now. So just keep that in mind. If it won't come out for you, if you tighten that up real tight, it's not gonna do anything. So it's a good way to break that bolt off if a fellow was to come onto that and didn't know the difference. All right, so this shifter should just pick off just like that. That is one nice thing about that style. You don't have to get in there and try to pull on the shifter and reef on it. It'll come off pretty good. There's the rest of the shifting boot. So our next plan of attack here, we got to take these off. We're going to take this whole top off. So as you see how loose this is. So if yours is like that, I'll show you in a second what you got to replace. Okay, so I just broke these loose just because it was easier to do it while I was holding the camera, or while I wasn't holding the camera. So once we take these off, we'll lift that up and I'll show you what's in there. I have been working on the jag wire a little bit. We will get back to that. There's just lots on the go right now. Okay, so I've taken the 3 bolts out of here. They are a, what size are they? T25 Torx. So there's just 3 little bolts in there. Took those out. We're going to lift this up so you can see what's inside. Okay, so there's the ball, and like I said, it sits inside of a couple bushings that are non-existent by the looks of it. Yeah, no, there's nothing there's nothing left of them. Okay, so there's a bushing that sits right here. I'll get my finger out of the way. There's a bushing that sits right here. What's left of it's right here. And there's a bushing that sits on top, and there's nothing left of it. So that's what you need to fix. You need to get a bushing kit. You just, yeah, that's pretty much toast. So you take a bushing kit, put that in. You have to remove these 2 pins right here. You just push those out each way, pull the bushing out, and put your new bushings in and put it back together. Okay, so once you get this cleaned up and you get all the gasket material off, make sure you don't get anything down the hole. You know, you don't want to drop any contaminants into your transmission. So we're going to go ahead and clean all this off, clean the gasket stuff off, and get that stuff out of there. This is what's going in there. This is your Hurst short throw shifter. So it just drops in. It's got a little gasket on the bottom already. And you don't have to remove the pins to put this in, because this doesn't go down far enough. The pins I'm talking about are those ones. Like I said, you'd have to push those out if you were going to put new bushings in to fix your factory shifter. But this just drops in just like so. And of course it's going to make a liar out of me when I'm holding the phone, or the camera rather. So that drops in like that. Use the bolts provided to bolt it down, and we'll have to get a new shifting boot, I'm assuming, because I don't think the factory one works, so I'll have to order one. But anyway, we'll go from there. Okay, so that part is all installed. It's all tightened up, all good to go. Now, your shifter just bolts onto the side, just like that. Okay, and obviously with the bolts that it comes with. Okay, so we got the shifter bolted on. Like I said, it's just them 2 bolts. You put your handle on. What I'm doing for right now, like I said, like ultimately, if I take this little round one, and I don't know, maybe there's something I can buy that already fits the factory spot. But if you slide this down, the one that comes in the kit, it just hooks around here. So the factory one, of course, fills in the hole, but it doesn't fit the shifter. But for now, we're just going to put that on it for now, and that'll get us rolling temporarily until we can figure out, well, either buy one or build one to fit the hole. So we'll go ahead and tighten that down. We'll put the shifter knob on, and we'll check out and see. We'll see if it's any better. All right. So as you can see, it is completely installed now, and you can also see my cobbling job on the shifting boot. So the factory boot fits the floor but not the shifter. The boot that comes with the shifter doesn't fit the floor. So I'm going to do some research to see if I can just simply buy one. If I can, great. If I can't, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this out of stainless, and we'll make a stainless flat plate, so to speak, and then we'll make the boot that fits this go down in the center of it. So if we do that, I'll show you how I do it. If not, I'll just buy one. I'll show you how much of a difference this makes. So that's into gear. That's what it should be like. And you can also see it's a short throw. So there's third, there's fourth. So you can see it doesn't move very far. Not compared to the factory one, and it's tight. So you can tighten up your factory one a lot just by putting those bushings in I showed you. But if you want to do something real cool, this is pretty neat. I like it. If somebody's sitting in the middle, the shifter doesn't nail them in the kneecaps. So that's kind of a bonus, especially when you got 2 little kids that like to play around. I just had to buy this truck the other day. I really like these trucks. I'm a Ford guy, obviously, but I had a chance to get it, so I picked it up right away, and we are going to work on the Jaguar. I've been very, very busy with a little business I'm running, but I just thought I'd show you this truck. We'll take a quick look at it. For Nova Scotia, this is a hard find up here. Down in the States, especially down south, I'm sure there's a lot of these around still. Up here, they kind of just deteriorate. This one is in great shape. As you can see, the box and stuff is great. This stuff here, I mean, it comes off pretty easy. Most of it's just kind of dirt and undercoating. But the frame's in really good shape, and the whole truck is reasonably well for rust. And it's not perfect by any means, but as you can see, it's in pretty good shape. The floor and stuff's in good shape. The cab mounts are in good shape. It's got a few little rust issues. You know, the cab corners are blistered a little bit and whatever, but all in all, it's actually really good. All right. Well, thanks a lot for watching, and hang around because we are going to finish that Jaguar. It's just going to take some time, and there'll always be other stuff to look at here. All right. Thanks a lot.